Get this meeting started. Roll call, please.
Mayor Hurtado,
Present.
Vice Mayor Davila,
Present.
Councilmember Avalos,
Present.
Councilmember Barron,
Present.
Councilmember Rios,
Present.
City Treasurer De La Paz,
Present.
City Manager Houston,
Present.
City Attorney Salinas. Pursuant to Government Code Section 54952.3, disclosure of compensation for meeting attendance by city council members is $790 monthly, regardless of the amount of meetings.
Okay, we have one item on the open agenda.
The City Council will consider receiving and filing the list of new and promoted full-time employees hired or promoted during October 2024.
Okay, who's got this? John?
Well, I always get to start it. Good evening, City Council. And tonight we have for you the introduction of some new and promoted employees. And to kick things off, we're going to go with Steve Costley, Director of Parks and Recreation.
Come on up, Betsy. Just stand there. Good evening, Council. This is Betsy Camano. She is my newest recreation coordinator. Now, the official stuff that she wrote out here says something like she was been employed in Parks and Recreation for 20 years with the City of Los Angeles, spending the last 3 years here in the city of Southgate, where she started off as a cashier and then moved into an acting specialist role. But just recently, in October, we hired her to fill one of our vacant coordinator positions, so now she's a recreation coordinator. Betsy is, as it says here, bubbly. If that instruction is bubbly, your bathtub would be full to the ceiling with bubbles. Betsy is the most bubbly person I think anyone knows. She is very happy and will always be nice to you when you show up at the front door at the Sports Center. She works a lot of the mornings and is here really helping the patrons, has a very big smile on even at 7:30 in the morning, which is very impressive to me because I don't smile until after 10 and all of that. She loves to work out and calls herself a gym baddie. This is Miss Betsy. Green.
I wanted to say good evening, everybody. I wanted to thank every single one of you guys. I'm very happy to be part of this community, city, family, and team. I will make City of Southgate proud because I take pride in my work and I take pride of what I have to bring to the tables. And City of Southgate, actually, even though I've worked for City of Los Angeles for 20 years, I feel here as a family. And I felt that the very moment I actually worked with you guys. So thank you for bringing that to all the employees because we really feel it and you guys really make us feel like a family. And that's why I project to everybody and anybody coming in because I feel it. So I want to thank every single one of you guys for the opportunity you guys give everybody. So thank you.
Mayor and council, I wanted to introduce two of my newest officers. They're bubbly as well. All right. Maybe not as bubbly as the parks, but we'll take it. Anyway, you saw today that I had an opportunity to promote some well-deserved employees to different ranks in the organization. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the best parts of my job is to promote people and then to hire people within our organization. And as I mentioned before, the rate of hire is very difficult in the state of California. We have probably 100 applicants and maybe one or two get hired out of that. The attrition rate is terrible because the standards are so high and we want to make sure that we get the right people. The right people come to us and then we get to pick and choose who we want. These two gentlemen here were perfect fit for the organization. Mr. Henderson actually was an employee of the LA County Sheriff's Department at the county jail, so he knows a lot about custody operations. And he came to us looking for a job. He didn't have to switch the colors. He was already tan and green, so we were happy to bring him over without much change. But he was hired as a police recruit on March 26th of this year. We sent him to the LA County Sheriff's Academy on or he graduated in October, and a few days later, he's become a police officer with our department. One of the things that I really appreciate about Mr. Henderson is he's very mature. We like to get him that individuals that have a little bit of life experience. He's been through that. Just a remarkable individual. I expect a lot of good things from him. Mr. Anderson, you want to say a few words?
Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. Thank you, Chief, for the kind words. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I didn't have a speech prepared. Apologize for that. But council members, thank you for allowing me to be up here. Thank you for allowing me to be part of this department. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Working here, it actually shows. Everybody is very cordial and respectful, even to new employees, police officers. So I just want to say thank you, Chief. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm deeply humbled, and I appreciate everything that the department has done for me and my family. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Officer Mario Carrillo, we brought him on as a police recruit in March of this year as well. He actually attended the same academy as Officer Henderson. They both graduated on the same date, October of this year, and he was promoted to police officer just a few days later. He's got for some strange reason, he wanted to be a firefighter in his earlier years, but I think he realized that they do say that cops and firemen have one thing in common. Firemen want to be cops. So we made that dream come true for him. I think it was a wise choice to come into the Southgate Police Department. He's a good fit. Both these men are just perfect for this organization. He was an EMT at an ambulance company, so the wherewithal with some of the operations and how we respond out in the street is there. So I'm glad to have him and bring him on. But come up and say a few words, Officer Carrillo.
Good evening, Council. Thank you, Chief. I appreciate the kind words that you have said about me. I just want to first off say thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be here. In the short time that I've worked in the city of Southgate, I've enjoyed every moment. I love the city. I've grown to love the city and the people that we serve. The community here is very wonderful. And as my partner said, everyone here is super helpful, super kind. We're new, we're still learning, and sorry, I didn't have a speech prepared, but everyone here is super nice, super helpful, and I'm just very excited to take on this new role as a police officer. Yes, I did originally want to be a firefighter, but I'm glad at the choices that I've made to become a police officer, and I'm happy to be here today. So thank you.
Well, welcome to all of you, okay? Thank you. Where are they going?
No.
Where are they
Come
going?
back.
No,
We
no,
have
no,
to
no,
take
no,
our
no.
picture.
Okay. Now closed session.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 1, conference with legal counsel pending litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9A, 54954.9B3C. A, Monica Guzman versus City of Southgate et al. B, James Hugar versus City of Southgate. Item number 2, conference with legal counsel anticipated litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9C. 1, potential case. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, any additional comments?
I'm so sorry. Pursuant to Government Code Section 54957 and 54957.6, a city manager. Thank you, Mayor.
Now, any additional comments? None. Okay, let me open it up to the audience. See no one step forward. I'm gonna close the audience portion. Any emails on these?
We have none.
None?
No.
Okay. Okay, let's go into
And
closed
before
session.
we go into closed session, I will be not participating on 1B. So if you guys can go ahead and do 1B first, and then I can go back in there.
Okay, we'll be back. Everybody back? Okay, so we're back. Can you report on what we just,
Thank you
Discuss.
very much, Mr. Mayor. The city council met in closed session to discuss two items of pending litigation. The first is Monica Guzman versus the city of Southgate. This is a claim involving a slip and fall on a city street, on a city sidewalk. There was a report given by the city attorney, and upon completion of the report, the city council authorized city attorney to defend the action. The motion was made by Mayor Hurtado and seconded by Councilwoman Avalos. The vote there was 5-0. City Council also considered item 1B, James Hugar versus City of Southgate. This is a workers' compensation claim. There was a presentation made by outside counsel retained by the city in that matter. And upon completion of that report, there's a motion made by Councilmember Avalos and seconded by Mayor Hurtado to approve a proposed settlement. The settlement itself needs to be finalized and approved by the Workers' Compensation Appeals Board, and it will be disclosed pursuant to the Brown Act. Vice Mayor Mary Dowley did not participate in that discussion, was not present in closed session. Item number 2, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation. City Council received a report by the city attorney's office and a presentation by the city manager with respect to one claim of potential litigation. Upon completion of that report, guidance was given, but there was no action, reportable action taken by the council. Finally, item number 3, the evaluation of performance of a public employee. There was a discussion had with the city council, and upon completion of that discussion, there was no action taken by the city council. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That completes my report.
okay, let me open it up to the audience. If anybody wishes to address the council on those items, please step forward. Seeing none, I'm going to close the audience portion. Still no emails.
No emails, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. See no objection. We are adjourned from that meeting. Okay, say when we're ready for the next one.
Ready, Mayor.
Okay, I'm gonna now open up the Housing Authority for November 26th. Roll call,
Chairperson Hurtado,
present.
Vice Chairperson Davila,
Present?
Authority Member Barron,
Present.
Authority Member Avalos,
Present.
Authority Member Rios,
He's here.
City Treasurer De La Paz,
Present.
Executive Director Houston,
Present.
Authority Council Salinas.
Present.
Pursuant to Government Code Section 54952.3, disclosure of compensation for meeting attendance by city council members is $75 monthly regardless of the amount of meetings.
Okay, we have one item.
The City of Southgate Housing
Two
Authority.
items.
Item number 1, the City of Southgate Housing Authority will consider adopting a resolution approving the Southgate Housing Authority Administrative Plan Update.
Rob, you're up.
Sorry, my apologies. We have Carol, our Housing Division Manager, to provide us a brief summary of the report. Thank you, Carol.
Good evening, Chairman and authority members. We have a quick presentation. The Public Housing Authority is received funding from the Housing and Urban Development Department for the Housing Choice Voucher Program. Public agency is a governmental or public body created and authorized by the state law to develop and operate housing and housing programs for low-income families. The Public Housing Agency every year enters into a contribution contract with HUD to administer the program requirements on behalf of HUD. Also, the Public Housing Agency must ensure compliance with federal laws, regulation, and notices, and must establish policy and procedures to clarify federal requirements and to ensure consistency on the program's operations. Next, please. The administrative plan is a plan that is required by HUD. The purpose of the administrative plan is to establish the policies for carrying out the programs in a consistent manner and based on requirements from the Housing and Urban Development Department and local goals and objectives contained in the Public Housing Agency's plan. The administrative plan defines the local policies for operation of the housing programs in accordance with federal laws and regulations. And the Public Housing Agency is also responsible for complying with all changes in HUD regulations pertaining to the Housing Choice Voucher Program. Just to give you a background, the Southgate Housing Authority administers approximately 700 rental assistance vouchers to extremely low, very low, and low income Southgate households across two federal housing voucher programs. One is the Housing Choice Voucher Program, which is also known as Section 8, and the Emergency Housing Voucher that came during the COVID pandemic. The Southgate Housing Authority's mission mirrors the HUD's mission, which is to promote adequate and affordable housing, economic opportunity, and suitable living environment free from discrimination. The Southgate Housing Authority operates in accordance with the rules and regulations detailed in the administrative plan. Just to give you an idea, the draft that we're bringing to you includes language changes that are statutory, regulatory, and provides clarification of policy changes into the following categories. There is a proposed discretionary policy changes to incorporate languages for new small areas, fair market rates, payment standards, and administration. There is also a proposed Chapter 18 of Administrative Plan Emergency Housing Voucher Program. And then the proposed Chapter 19 of the Administrative Plan is for special purpose vouchers, which contains the Foster Youth to Independence program that we brought to you on October 22nd. So we are recommending that the City of Southgate consider the adoption of a resolution approving the Southgate Housing Authority Administrative Plan updates. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any additional comments, Mr. City Manager?
Sorry, no more comments from me.
Thank you. Let me open this up to the audience. Anybody wishing to speak on this subject, please step forward. See no one, I'm going to close that portion. Any emails on this?
We have no emails.
None. Council? Or
Motion to approve?
we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Authority Member Avalos,
Yes.
Authority Member Barron,
Yes.
Authority Member Rios, Vice Chair Davila,
Yes.
Chairperson Hurtado.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, item number 2.
The Southgate Housing Authority will consider approving the regular meeting minutes of March 26, 2024.
Let me open this up to the audience. Anybody wishing to speak on item number 2? See no one step forward, I'm going to close the audience portion. Any emails on that?
I have none.
Okay, we have a motion. I'll second it. Roll call, please.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Mr. Rios.
Thank you. Authority Member Avalos,
Yes.
Authority Member Barron,
Yes.
Authority Member Rios, Vice Chairperson Davila,
Yes.
Chairperson Hurtado.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, comments from the audience on non-agenda items? Anybody wishing to address us on the Housing Authority? See no one step forward, I'm going to close the audience portion. Any emails on this?
I have none.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Yeah, no comments from city officials first? None? Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second to adjourn. Seeing no objection, that will be the order. Okay, now, the regular council meeting, say when?
I'm ready, Mayor.
Ready? Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and open up this meeting and invocation. Who's doing the invocation?
Steve Costley.
Costley. And the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay, here we go. All right.
Please bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, during this season of thanks, we give thanks, Lord, for all those in this audience tonight and all the members of our city council for taking that leadership role, Lord. We give you thanks for the hard work put together by our staff in the city of Southgate, both management and workers, We ask you, Lord, to protect each and every one of them. And as always, Lord, we ask that you look after our police and fire department personnel especially. In our Heavenly Father's name, amen.
Amen.
Please place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Madam Vice Mayor, you want to make the announcement?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm just going to make the announcement for the Spanish translation. Si hay personas que necesitan traducción en español, tenemos audífonos en la parte de atrás. ¿Alguien necesita traducción? We do have two? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Hurtado,
Present.
Vice Mayor Davila,
Present?
Councilmember Avalos,
Present.
Councilmember Barron,
Present.
Councilmember Rios,
Present.
City Treasurer De La Paz,
Present.
City Manager Houston,
Present.
City Attorney Salinas. Meeting compensation disclosure pursuant to Government Code Section 54952.3, disclosure of compensation for meeting attendance by city council members is $790 monthly, regardless of the amount of meetings. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, we don't have any public hearings tonight, so at this time, we're going to entertain comments from the audience on non-agendized items. If anybody wants to address us, please come forward. And again, these are non-agendized items, so if there's any comments or questions, we can't go into a back and forth. 3 minutes. Thank you.
I'll just have it read into the minutes. My name is Eric Denial. It's good to see you again. This is our 40th year in Southgate, and we're just so glad that you're here. I'm here. I live on the east side of town, other side of the 710 freeway. This is an issue that's been brought up on emails and phone calls before. We had 3 months ago, we had a bad accident in Southgate where a car on, I believe it was Labor Day weekend, hit a light pole and knocked it over right next to our house. And so that light has been out ever since. Well, a lot's changed since September. You'll notice we don't have daylight time anymore, so it gets dark about 5 o'clock. If you get up early at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's dark then too. And we have a lot of traffic right in front of our house because we are the major street off of Garfield. So what we're saying is our neighborhood has gone dark for 3 months. And this is a holiday, as you know. I'm sure your statistics could read. Crime tends to go up. I've talked to several people who are a little fearful this holiday because they can't see that all of our neighbors are trying to do their best. We know that Edison has their schedule, but we're asking for some relief. If there's some way we could get some temporary lights until Edison can get their parts together and get their time schedule, it'd be wonderful. We don't want to have an event, apparently you just met in closed session about some accident in Southgate. We do not want to burden you with more accidents or more misfortune or loss of property or, God forbid, even loss of life. So we're coming on behalf of our whole neighborhood. And everyone I've talked to says, we need it, we need it. Let's go for it. And I know, talking to several of you, I think you are on the same page as we are. So we would encourage you to press, especially before the Christmas day. We'd like to get it before Thanksgiving, but that's a little bit out of possibility. So just remember, there's about 350 houses in our tract off of Carmont and Garfield. We all drive these streets every day. There is no stop sign right across from the light fixture. There's a school bus stop. But again, more need. So, and any rainy day, or God forbid, someone would pull out and forget their headlights, we could have a bad situation right in front of our house. That would not be a good thing. So that's what I came to share, and we're so glad that you're here. And I wish you all a good Thanksgiving. Thank you for your
Thank
attention.
you, Eric. Good to see you.
Can you give us your address?
Thank you. Did you break it? Oh, yeah.
Good evening, Council. Lisa Ruiz from Kaufman. I wanted to bring up a few things. Firstly, as a Kiwanian, with the group here in Southgate. We recently did a cleanup on Independence on the train tracks. And I just wanted to bring up, we were only able to do maybe a couple of blocks of that, of those train tracks. And it was really bad. And it's pretty common to get that much trash out from the train tracks, but I wanted to see and ask if there's any way we can reach out to the railroad company to really get that area cleaned up, because it's bad and there's just a lot of TVs, furniture that we couldn't even take. Thankfully, the people there at the shopping center on Long Beach gave us space to throw the trash bags, but I mean, like I said, we only did 2 blocks worth. And if you drive down, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys notice how bad it is. And having lived next to the Alameda corridor for 10 years, I know that area gets pretty bad too. But at least there, I remember seeing somebody clean up pretty frequently. I don't know if why those train tracks probably don't have that, because I don't think it would be bad if they at least clean once a month. But the other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys is, as a Parks and Rec commissioner, I took it upon myself to take my baby to all the play areas at all the parks in our city to really, kind of have my baby enjoy the park facilities. And one thing I did notice with the Tots Park in Holidale, is that it's not only is it pretty old, but it still has sand. And when I brought this up at the last Parks and Rec Commission meeting, Steve mentioned that unfortunately that area has a pretty high gross income. So a lot of the funding that goes that is used to replace equipment can be used there because of the high income in that area. So I wanted to plead you guys to figure out a way to really, find a way to upgrade that park, because the sand, it was pretty sad because there was poop in it. It's not sanitary at all, and it wasn't just cat poop. It was actually coyote poop. If people have seen that, it's pretty obvious when it's that. And I know there's a pretty big coyote problem there. And the sad thing is, when I went, there was a little girl with her grandfather, and she had like a bucket and a little shovel to play with the sand. So it's just not right. So yeah, I really want to encourage the city to really come up with funds, and I'll for sure bring it up with the master plan to really see if we could prioritize doing upgrades to those. But thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Next speaker, please.
Buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Rubén. Yo les he enviado un email a cada uno de ustedes
I have sent every single one of you an email,
y nadie me ha respondido.
and no one has responded to me.
Yo hablé con Mari sobre mi trailer
I
Ella me
spoke with someone regarding my trailer,
y ella me ha confirmado que no hay problema en tenerla en mi propiedad.
and I've been confirmed that there's no problem with it
Pero,
being in my property,
pero sigo recibiendo cartas del code enforcement
but I've still been receiving letters and citations from code enforcement
diciendo lo contrario.
telling me otherwise.
Entonces, ¿quién los entiende? O sea, yo no entiendo.
So I'm
¿Qué-
confused.
qué
I
es lo
don't,
que
I don't
quieren?
understand.
¿Qué necesita que tomando fotos? ¿Qué necesidad hay de que ellos estén tomando fotos? de mi
There's no need
propiedad?
to be taking photos.
El noviembre 7 fueron a mi propiedad.
On November 7th, they came to my
El
property.
noviembre 11 otra vez.
November 11th again.
Yo vine a ver de qué se trataba y el señor
I came to see what it was about.
William me dijo que no hay nada, que no hay ninguna foto. que
Mr.
no hay-
William
no se
Campana
tomó nada.
told me that there was nothing.
Pero yo tengo cámaras
there's
en
no
mi
problem.
propiedad y
But I
yo le
have-
puedo comprobar que es
Señor-
completamente. Ok. Yo
Así-
tengo cámaras en mi propiedad
I have cameras in my property,
y puedo comprobar lo contrario.
and I can prove otherwise.
Ok. Entonces, no sé lo que se esconden, no sé lo que se está escondiendo.
I don't
de
know
esto.
what's been hidden.
Yo lo único que quiero es que todo sea transparente.
I only
Yo no-
want transparency.
Yo no estoy pidiendo que me pongan una alfombra roja o que me traten diferente a cualquier otra
I am not
persona,
asking for any special
pero
treatment,
nomás quiero transparencia,
but I want transparency.
porque pues no puede seguir esto. Ya viene
This cannot continue.
hace meses y meses y sigo
I've been coming here for
recibiendo
months,
cartas y cartas. Y la
and I've been
señora
receiving
Johanna
letters and letters,
sigue yendo a mi casa.
and they continue
Maribel
coming to my
me
house.
dijo que no había ningún problema con tener mi utility trailer ahí,
I was told there was no problem,
pero nomás fue verbal.
but I was only verbal.
Nunca he recibido una carta que me diga todo está bien.
I've never been receiving a letter from them
ella-
telling me that it's okay.
Ella me dijo que todo estaba bien. Entonces es lo que no entiendo.
So I'm confused.
So, no sé si ustedes tengan alguna solución.
I don't know if any of you
No sé,
may
¿verdad?
have a solution to this,
Porque no hay ningún code, ninguno. Ya
because
lo
there's no
buscamos
such
por todos
code.
lados y no hay ningún code que me diga que no puedo obtener mi
I
utility
already
trailer.
checked, and there's no such code that can tell me that I cannot have this.
So, ahí por favor les encargo que tomen cartas en el asunto,
Please help me
ver.
resolve this
a ver qué pueden hacer o a ver qué se va a hacer.
to see what you can do to help me.
¿Ok? Porque mi propiedad es grande y puedo tener mi
My
utility
property
trailer.
is large.
Es una utility trailer y si puede, yo no encontré ningún código que diga que no puede estar ahí.
I did not find any code that prohibits me from having this.
So, ahí les encargo ahí por favor a ver si alguien me dice o me da algo
So
que-
please help
que-
me to see
¿qué
if
pasa?
maybe you can tell me what's wrong.
porque yo ya en verdad vamos casi todos los días están los code enforcement ahí. Bueno,
I've
no
been
todos los
talking
días,
to
¿verdad?
them almost daily. They come over.
Ya es de más.
It's
de
too
más.
much.
No sé qué tendrán o no sé si hay transparencia o no.
I don't
no sé
know
qué
what's
pasa.
going on. I don't know if there's
No
any
sé qué pasa.
transparency or not.
So, ahí por favor, si alguien puede poner atención a esto.
Please, if you can
ahí
pay attention to
les
this.
encargo. Porque yo no,
let me know.
como les digo, le repito otra vez, no quiero que me traten,
Again, I repeat, I don't want any special
cosas.
treatment.
quiero que sean transparentes
I just want
y
transparency.
es todo,
That's it.
es todo. Yo no quiero quebrar las reglas ni nada.
I
Quiero
don't
que
want to
sean
break any
transparentes
rules,
y me enseñen un code donde diga que yo no puedo tener mi trailer.
but just show me a code that tells me that I cannot have
Es
this
todo lo que
trailer.
pido. Si
That's all I
ustedes, si el code enforcement me enseña un code que no puedo tener mi trailer ahí,
If code enforcement can
Yeah.
show me a code that prohibits me from having this trailer,
yo más y contento y feliz remuevo mi trailer de ahí.
then I'll happily remove it from there.
Pero recuerden, es un utility trailer,
It's a utility trailer.
¿ok? Gracias y vamos a ver qué pasa.
Thank you, and we'll see what
Gracias,
happens.
Ruben. Gracias. Hi, Jane.
Hi, my name is Jane Denial. And first of all, I wanted to give you a thanks, but then also a question. We live close to the corner of Garfield and Imperial. And a few days ago, we noticed a homeless home. And we were about to take a picture on another day, but then the guy had his cardboard down and he was there and he was on something. So we didn't want to take a picture and frustrate him. Today, we noticed it was gone, so I want to thank you, whoever took care of it. The question I have is, what do we do? Fortunately, this is like the first time that I've noticed the homeless situation on Imperial. We have a building that my understanding was built for homeless people just west of Garfield on Imperial. But I don't know the process. So my question is, would you please let us as a community know when we see homeless homeless little homes being put in places of in our public spaces? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Good seeing you too. Okay, we're closing the portion. Okay, and I'm messing with
Good
you.
evening, Mayor and members of the council. My name is Anna, and I'm the Director of the Southgate Chamber of Commerce. I want to share with you that, of course, Thanksgiving is here already. So we have an event being held by the Rotary Club of Southgate, which is going to cater to feed about 800 people. And these are all members of our community. So thank you for the fellow Rotarians that we have here as well. This event is going to be held at the auditorium. It begins at 11:30, and we're going to have tons of free raffles, giveaways, and every community member that joins us is going to enjoy a free traditional Thanksgiving dinner. It ends at 2:00. So, and this is all based off of volunteers. So thank you again for everyone that has also put their name down to volunteer and support us during this event. So we're excited to have that event, but we're also super excited about our parade. So parade coming December 8th, sooner than expected. These are the door hangers that have been distributed along Southern and the streets that run along North and South. There's been social media posts, there's been email blasts, and then these are also the other, there's some banners along the street on Southern. So we're doing the best that we can to promote that parking restrictions will be happening when the parade is, as a parade is approaching. We invite the community to come out. We're going to have Santa's Village immediately after the parade. We have a dignitaries breakfast for all of our grand marshals and special guests. But please join us on this day, and we're making it super fun. Thank you to Parks and Rec, Public Works for making it happen, and of course PD. Thank you to all. Any questions?
Just one. Who's going to be our grand marshal this year?
We'll share it on social
Okay,
media.
perfect. Just checking.
Okay. No question. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Anna. Okay, seeing no one else step forward, I'm going to close the audience portion. So, yeah, if anybody else wants to bring anything up. Okay, all right, I'm closing the audience portion. Any emails?
Mr. Mayor, I have one from Mr. Mario Dominguez. He'd like to state that he would like to request the addition of a camera to the technology master plan for our media and communication staff, Ms. Giselle Hernandez. She's currently lacks camera for recording events outside of city council room and relies on the Parks and Recreation Department's cameras, which causes some delays. It makes sense for her to have her own camera to be efficient. And then he would like to also ask, when will construction resume at Urban Orchard Park? Is the remaining construction fully funded? And will any general fund money be used for its completion? Thank you, Mayor.
Any other emails?
None.
Okay, I'm going to close the email portion. Okay, we're going to go around the room. If anything that was brought up pertains to you, please feel free to speak up. Arturo, you are up first.
Yeah, Mayor, I can just provide a quick update on the Urban Orchard project. We have started construction. The contractor has mobilized. So if you go out there, there's a few construction workers, but they're going to resume in the full team pretty soon, and it's a 5-month construction schedule. With regards to the issues on the railroad on Liberty and on Ardmore, it's an issue that we've been dealing with over the years. The city manager and I talked today. There's a 3-prong approach that we are going to take in addressing the railroad directly. Second, introducing Metro to see if they're interested in constructing a project that would connect their 2 stations, using that rail line to get that kind of leverage, as well as a third option would be, are they willing to contract with the city or UWS to help with some of the service that we could provide, and then we would be able to take the lead. So it is a long time challenge, but we're taking a new approach and we hope to see some results from that. And other than that, I don't have any updates.
I have a question for you, Arturo, because I know with the League of Cities, the governor had allocated funding to clean up the roadways. I think 2 or 3 years ago when I went up to Sacramento. So if we can look into that, because I know that initially he had allocated, I think, 55 million. And
Yeah.
then in 2022 or 2023, it went up to 800 million.
Yeah, I can look into that. I will say is that the railroad challenge is that they have thousands of miles and their funding is very limited. Some time ago, working with the chief and others, they brought a $7 million maintenance program here, and that money right out, and here we are again. But I will look into that for sure.
Please, because it was Southgate who was the lead in advocating for that funding because
Understood.
of our railroads. Yeah, thank you.
Steve Costley, you're up.
City Clerk, if you can put up the. We have a slide. A slide. As commission or council knows, it is busy season at the park, so we're going to put up a single slide here that kind of has all the fun stuff going on all at once. And once that gets up, I will tell you about them real quick and pass it on. Just waiting for my slide. If not,
I did bring some cookies for several departments. I owe a couple of departments cookies, which is my Parks and Rec and Public Works. But as soon as I get back from the Thanksgiving break, I will bring you your cookies.
all right.
Thank you.
I heard that.
Madam City Clerk? It's not working? Okay, we're going,
I
while she's
can go
working on
without
that.
I can
Okay.
take seconds. So busy season. Obviously, as you just heard from the chamber, we have Thanksgiving. We're going to be feeding over 800 people on that. Starting next week, we have our Winter Wonderland that will take place here at City Hall. Starts at 4 o'clock. We ask all of our council and elected officials to be there early because it's going to be a much bigger event than last year. And if you remember last year, we had probably 1,200 people. We're expecting close to 2,000. We've closed California Avenue, so parking will be limited. So come on down and do that. Also with that is the Police Navidad, where they will be giving away at least 1,000 toys for the night. So that will be a great event. The day after that will be the Santa sleigh, right, Darren?
That will occur on the Friday and the following Friday, Saturday, so the 6th and 7th.
6 and 7. So, and then the 7th is Pageant of the Trees from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And then Sunday is the parade. The dignitaries breakfast is at 10 o'clock at the senior center. And then the 14th is the breakfast with Santa. So it is a very busy, busy time at the park. So come join us for all of the fun events. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to come back to you when Rob comes back so he can do a little bit of an introduction. All right, Wendy, you're up.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
Awesome. John?
Nothing to report other than happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Chief?
Just one thing, this past Saturday, we did a memorial run in honor of Alexis Gonzalez with the graduating Explorer group that's going to be graduating next Saturday. So prior to the Pageant of the Trees, I'll be at the graduation for bringing on, I believe, 6 new police explorers into our program. That's all I have to report. Thank you. Happy
If you don't mind, because we will be adjourning the meeting in the memory of Marie Lascalo, can you please give us a little bit of information?
Yes, many of you may know her. She lived in Hollydale for many years on Gardendale. Her and her husband Joe were police volunteers for many years, and she was just a beloved member of our department. A couple years ago, her health prevented her from coming over to the station to do work, but we'd go and take her to lunch frequently, and she recently passed away. It'd be nice if we can adjourn her memory. She's just been a longtime Southgate resident, a volunteer for the police department, and we're going to miss her.
That'll be the order. Okay, Mr. City Treasurer?
Nothing to report.
Madam City Clerk?
I have nothing, Mayor. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Okay, so here we have Mr. Houston. Oh, we have a,
Running in the house, running in the house.
No running.
okay, so we bypassed him, so you can do a little bit of an introduction.
Oh, sorry. Yes, was a little preoccupied. With us today, we have a new position at the city to help our planning staff. We have a lot of projects, a lot of development, a lot of review that's required, and it was determined and put in the budget I think it was even 2 years ago, for a planning manager. So this would be the highest level planner below the community development director, someone with a lot of experience and help to take lead on a lot of important projects. We were fortunate enough to find John from City of Rolling Hills. He's also worked in Carson and what was the other city?
Ready.
There you go. And he brings with him a lot of experience, great lens in the very short time that he's been here, which is day 6, I think. I've already heard him as we're talking about different issues, talk about, well, in your code, doesn't it say da-da-da on this section? I'm like, that's pretty quick study. So I'm enjoying working with John. I thought it would be good for him to sit in and get a vibe for our team here, including the council. And so I appreciate having John with us.
Well, welcome, and now it's your turn.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, members of City Council. Again, my name is John Signo. I'm glad to be here. I'm honored to be here. I have been a planner for quite some time. As Mr. Houston mentioned, I've worked as a planner for different cities, most recently coming from the city of Rolling Hills. I spent most of my career over in the South Bay. And so I am glad to be here and be part of the team. We are a growing team in the planning division. I am, as Mr. Houston mentioned, one of 4 planners there. We are looking to hire a new associate planner starting on Monday. So that will build our team completely. With that, we will be losing a contract planner whose last day is tomorrow, but we're looking to transition her projects to myself and the other planners. So it should be hopefully a smooth transition as we build our team and get moving forward. So thank you. And again, it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Welcome aboard. Mr. City Attorney, your turn.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Nothing at this time. I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank
Avalos.
you. Well, first of all, I would like to take a moment to thank all of you, our community in Southgate, for the trust and the support that you have instilled in me during this past election. Your voice is incredibly important, and the future of our city depends on your involvement. I invite you to apply for my commissions that are going to be opening up after we take office, hopefully on the 10th of December. So if you want to make sure you are part of the change for our community, please get involved. By joining my dedicated commissioners team, you will have a direct and meaningful impact on promoting transparent governance and in driving the community improvement efforts. This is a unique opportunity to address a lot of the pressing local issues and work collaboratively to build a stronger, more vibrant city together. So together, let's create a bright and more promising future for our city, one engaged citizen at a time. Your participation can truly make the difference. Southgate community, you are cordially invited to your home. This is your home, City Hall, to witness the swearing in of your council members on December 10th at 6:30 in the evening. So please join me and my colleagues as we truly are looking forward to seeing all of you here. And I sincerely hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, making it a priority with your family and friends. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Barron.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to kind of go over some of the events that we recently had. I'd like to start off with the completion of a really successful fall ball season for the Southgate Junior Athletic Association. I am a board member and a coach there. Our girls minors division had a little mini tournament to end the season. And with that tournament, we converted that into a toy drive where we were able to get donations from the team members, over 100 toys just from the teams that were going to the Santa Cop program. I also want to do a special thank you to all the participants who came out just to donate toys. City Treasurer Jose de la Paz, City Vice Mayor Maria Davila, and Gil Hurtado, our mayor. Also wanted to thank Javier Zamora. Every year he's a resident, he's a former resident of our city. But every year when we have this event, he comes with a car full of toys, and he delivers it. And it's great to see that his commitment to this event every year. And thank you, Mrs. Zamora, for that. And then lastly, to my father, he says this is the only time he's able to buy toys. He donates $1,000 worth of toys every year. And because all his kids and grandkids are pretty much big already. So he's like, I want to still be able to buy some toys. And he does it this way. And I want to thank him for that. So because of that, we were able to fill 2 police cruisers. So thank you, Chief, for setting the cars there for us. The kids had a blast taking photos with them. It was another great success. And thank you to the board members of the JAA for allowing me to have a crazy idea of doing a little mini tournament. And congratulations to the Miners Wolverines, who ended up winning the championship that day. So, and then we also got to do some turkey giveaway this last week. I want to thank first Mayor Gil Hurtado for setting this up and kind of coordinating it with the Southgate Junior Athletic Association. And it was great to see all the parent groups out there, the churches from the school, the school that showed up to put this together. When you start to think of schools in our community having lists of kids that are in risk or in danger of being in poverty, it makes you, kind of step back and think of how thankful we should all be for what we have. Because from my understanding, we were giving lots of about 200 turkeys out that day, and we probably could have done easily another 200 and still probably wouldn't have put a dent on what is needed out there. So really, just be mindful of that. Be thankful that what we have, and remember that any little thing that you can do to help somebody will always come back to you tenfold. And I strongly believe that. And then lastly, just want to wish everybody here a happy Thanksgiving. Staff, thank you for another year of great work and community involvement. Thank you all for being part of a great team here in the city of Southgate. I am one to say that I am thankful for the staff that we have, thankful for our council members. Thank you for our city treasurer and our city clerk. And of course, thank you to our residents for entrusting us with having the best intent in our hearts. And hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rios.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you to the folks that are here and then those that are on viewing this. I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and, spend time with your family and be thankful for what you have.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to piggyback on what on some of the companies that actually gave some gift cards, turkeys to our families in Southgate. And first of all, JB Hunt gave some gift cards. Mr. Cis Towing gave 10 turkeys per school, and we had a total of 25 schools. So there were 10 families, that out. And also Prime Store gave gift cards to to schools for anything they can use with the turkey, either to buy a turkey or to buy anything else that they need for it. So I just want to thank them for that, and thank you to my colleagues because the turkeys, the turkey giveaway, the toys, and everything that that we do. I think it states that what we as council is not just us being up here, but we also make sure that our families are being taken care of. And I think that's the most important thing that we can do to making sure that families in need have that extra help. And with that, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you. First, our residents for, giving us the opportunity to be up here and represent them. I think that's, we want to give them thanks for that. To our employees, our staff, I think our staff without you and first, directors, if it wasn't for you and your staff, we wouldn't do the job that we do and the job that you guys do. It's just taking care of our residents. And that we should be thankful for. Sometimes we take for granted in seeing what other people do for others, and I think that we need to look into thank them every day because sometimes we don't. And the most important thing is that as long as we continue working for the betterness of our community and also looking for those families who are in need. I think that's important. So this Thanksgiving, this is going to be the second year that I'm not with my mom, and every day I miss her. But at the same time, I want to thank her for giving me life, but most important, giving me the humbleness that she makes sure that I have. And I think that with that, I think that we need to make sure, and to my colleagues, I want to thank you, each one of you, for being up here and working together. And that's how we should all be working together for the better of our community. My colleagues, and my city treasurer, and also to our city clerk. I think we make a damn good team. So thank you to all of you. Thank you. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and eat a lot of turkey.
No, not that part. I'm
That's right, he's
vegetarian.
vegetarian. Okay, a lot of cheese, a lot of cheese.
Okay, all right. So look, I'm not going to go through the list of the people that were helpful in putting some of those things together, like the turkeys and stuff. But I think because you've already covered some of them, but Mr. C's was very generous as always. UWS gave us some gift cards. I know it's easy to forget because they do so much throughout the course of the year. Also, Walmart has always been very good, but there was a little bit of a mix-up, and they're very apologetic. They really wanted to contribute, but by that time, I had to reach out to somebody else, which was Northgate, and they came through. Not only did they come through and help us get the turkeys, but then they gave a donation back to the cause, so they reduced the cost of them. But also very much involved in putting money together was our city clerk, Deed, our treasurer, Jose de la Paz, Maria Davila, Joshua, and again, my friends from the JAA. I'm not on the board anymore. I'm not their president, but they continue to be generous in their effort, not just with the money, but with their time. And so through their help, we were able to get these turkeys out. And I got to tell you, when people receive them, they have no idea that they're coming from us because we give them to the churches, we give them to the schools, and then they distribute them, which is the way it should be. They shouldn't know that it's coming from any individual. But again, it's through the assistance from the other people, like you said, JB Hunt, Mr. C's, Northgate, and a whole slew of other people. Also with our police department and all the efforts that they put together to get the toys. It's just, every day should be a time of giving. This is a low-income community. People do need as much help as they can, and, whatever we can do just adds to that. So again, I want to thank everybody for that. And again, I don't want to prolong the meeting any further, but I do want to wish everybody the best in this Thanksgiving. And hopefully everybody can spend some quality time with their families. Okay, let's go on.
Consent calendar items.
Yes.
Agenda items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are consent calendar items.
Okay, let me open this up to the audience. Anyone wishing to speak on any item? See no one step forward. I'm going to close the audience portion. Any emails on any?
We have none.
Seeing none. Okay, council colleagues.
Make a motion to approve 1 through 8.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Avalos,
Yes.
Councilmember Barron,
Yes.
Councilmember Rios,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Davila,
Yes.
Mayor Hurtado.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Next item.
Item number 9, the City Council will consider A, approving the memorandum of understanding between the County of Los Angeles and the City of Southgate, lead-free home LA program management services, and B, authorizing the city manager to execute the memorandum of understanding in a form acceptable to the city attorney. Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. City Manager?
To give us a brief report on this, we also have Carol again from our Housing Division to provide the information. Thank you, Carol.
Good evening. This is a program that the Los Angeles County Development Authority, in partnership with the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health, will launch on December 1st here in Southgate. This program is a public health program with the objective of addressing and preventing lead poisoning among children under the age of 6, and also for pregnant women. On average, remediation of the cost is about $36,000 per unit, and there is no maximum per unit or property. The program is free to tenants and property owners and will service qualified applicants in residential homes with 4 units or less on the parcel. Assessments include the inspections of the interior and exterior. No documentation is required to apply, and citizenship status is never asked. The need for lead remediation in Southgate came from a study that LACDA did with the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health. And they said that over 70% of Southgate households have low and moderate income levels and would benefit from participating in the Lead-Free Homes LA. The data analysis shows that Southgate fits this criteria with an estimated 9,919 pre-1951 properties that may have lead-based paint hazards, and approximately 10.45% of households with children under the age of 6. So the request from LACDA is to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the City of Southgate to collaborate on outreach to Southgate residents and to allow the LACDA to transact all businesses related to the Lead-Free Home LA program. Also, LACDA is requesting that the city provide expedited building and safety code permitting to contractors to address and prioritize remediation. And they're also asking for direction from the City of Southgate in areas relating to building codes and other pertinent requirements. The county will pay for all costs associated and administer all aspects of the program. LACDA will also enroll, test, and clear lead hazards in eligible Southgate properties and coordinate outreach, temporary relocation, and related compensation. Families will be provided with a housing and food stipend, also relocation if necessary. All contractors will be solicited by the county. So there are some eligible areas in Southgate. Most of them are low-income census tracts. There are just a couple of not low-income census tracts that are not eligible. So if anybody is interested, you can contact LACDA, and the flyer has a phone number, 626-296-6302, or you can contact leadfreehomesla.com. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, let me open this up to the audience. Anybody have any questions or concerns on this topic? Seeing no one step forward, I'm gonna close the audience portion. Any emails on this?
No emails, Mayor.
Okay, I'm gonna close that portion. Comments, questions, motion?
Make a motion?
Motion and second on A and B?
Yes.
Okay.
Councilmember
call.
Avalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Barron?
Yes.
Councilmember Rios?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Davila?
Yes.
Mayor Hurtado?
Yes.
Motion
Okay.
passes.
Item number 10.
Thank you so much, Carol, for looking out for the city and the residents. Appreciate it.
Councilmember Barron. You want to read it into the record first, please, Madam City
Thank you.
Clerk?
Item number 10, the City Council will consider approving the warrant register for November 26, 2024. The grand total is $3,646,877.58. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam
Councilmember.
Clerk. So in reviewing the warrant register for council meeting for 11/26/2024, go ahead and open up to the members in the audience if you have any questions regarding the payments that were made in this warrant register. Seeing none, any emails?
We have no
Madam Clerk?
emails.
Bring it back to council. What are your wishes?
Make motion to approve?
We got a first and second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Avalos?
Yes.
Councilmember Barron?
Yes.
Councilmember Rios?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Davila? Yes. Mayor Hurtado?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, so we are at the end here, I guess. And we are going to be adjourning the meeting in the memory of Marie Lascalo, as was mentioned earlier. And then I just looked at my text messages. I got a text message from Ana Elizarraz, a longtime teacher at STEAM Legacy, passed away. And I hope I get the name right. Marta Leticia Loza Cruz passed away. So we want to, I wasn't aware, so my apologies, but we're closing the meeting also in her memory. God bless. Okay, motion to adjourn.
So moved. So moved.
First and second, all those in favor, aye. Let's get out of here.
Aye.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes. Yes, and thank you.